Hi, my name is Dheeraj Sanil from Walks, Mumbai. Today we are touring with Bhavana ji, one of the most prominent journalists in India. It's a big day for us and I'm very excited about it. I need to give her a call.
Hello?
Good morning, Bhavana ji. This is Dheeraj from Walks.
Good morning.
I've sent you a car. Has it reached you yet?
It's come.
Perfect. So how much time should I expect you in?
20 minutes.
Great. I'm standing right opposite the Asiatic Library and I'll see you there.
All right. See you.
Bye.
ड्राइवर साहब धीरे से चलाइए, पूरी साड़ी पे चाय गिर गई है और चाय का स्टेन भी नहीं जाएगा. चलो वापस लो. I'll have to change my saree.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
My name is Dheeraj and I'll be your attendant for today. I'll be taking you on a mission to touring Mumbai.
Sure. It's my
The first
pleasure.
spot.
Yeah.
Ma'am, now the building right in front of us is called the Asiatic Library. It started in 1804 with an 1804 with an aim to educate the locals,
Oh,
and this was actually started by the Britishers. So
Correct.
the relation between the Britishers and Indians in Bombay, unlike the rest of India, was very cordial. You see the Doric columns right in front of you. The original plan was to get these columns imported, made from England and just assembled here. But what happened was that when they got it here, it was actually 4 feet taller. So ma'am, after the revolt of the 1857, the Queen was furious. She was furious on the British East India Company, saying, how could you let such a big revolt happen? So the building we are walking towards, the one to your right, the red, it's one of the oldest surviving newspapers in the whole of India.
okay.
It's called the Bombay Samachar.
I'm
as you
aware
might
of
know.
it. Yes.
It started in 1822
Okay.
by this Parsi gentleman called Khardunji Marzban,
Right.
because he realized that there was a need for a
Stop.
newspaper in local language. He thought since people are not aware of the situation, what is actually happening around,
Now I want to take my phone and I'm going to do my own bit. Yes, you can continue, Dheeraj.
since he realized that there was a need for a local language newspaper,
Ji.
he thought why not get one.
Right.
It started as printing once a week,
Yeah.
went bi-weekly and eventually daily.
And I want to tell you that I'm recording you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then.
So, the building we are heading towards.
Ji.
Sister,
Yeah.
after the oldest surviving newspaper is one of the oldest buildings in this area. It's called
Right.
the St. Thomas's Cathedral, right in front of you to your right.
Right. It's beautiful.
Started as a small chapel
Okay.
right behind the town hall, but it was too small for the Britishers to pray. So they thought, let's build a church so big and give it a status of a cathedral.
Right.
And-
Give me your phone, I will shoot it.
Okay.
And that's when they came up with the idea of St. Thomas Cathedral. Now, St. Thomas is the name of one of Jesus' apostles, actually the apostle to India.
Okay.
King George V and Queen Mary had visited here when they had come to India. They had offered their prayers at this spot right here.
And while you're telling me about the Mumbai city, let me tell you about these fabulous cars. Dheeraj. It's a privilege to have these kind of cars here.
You
So
like it?
you stand like this and you have to feel like you belong to this car.
Yeah.
The church.
Now we'll be heading towards the St. Thomas Cathedral. A few more lines about the St. Thomas Cathedral. Before that, would you like to offer your prayers by going inside? Or
Let's
would
see.
you-
I think the gate is looking closed. We will offer our prayers to Mother Mary right from outside
Sure.
and then move ahead.
We'll be now heading back to the Honeymoon Circle Gardens.
Back to our car.
Yes.
Huh.
And before it was called the Honeymoon Circles Garden, actually it was called the Bombay Green. Now this was a socializing place for people when there was no television and radio. Building towards your left, one of the first skyscrapers in this area is the Bombay Stock Exchange.
Sure.
It would be hard to believe that the company, which has a market capital of around a little more than $1.50 trillion, started with just 16 rupees.
My God.
It started right here in the Honeymoon Circle Gardens when 16 Gujaratis came together,
It had to be Gujaratis.
and Gujaratis and Marwadis, I believe,
Yeah.
who contributed 1 rupees each, got 16 rupees together and called it the Native Stocks and Shareholders Association.
Fabulous story.
Yes, but that time the building never existed. It was only on papers. But due to the cotton boom, there was speculative trading on, and that's when the whole idea of this happened.
I want my mobile. I'm going to shoot it myself.
To
Okay?
tell you a bit more about Benjamin Guy Honeyman, after who this was named.
Ji.
Even after being a Britisher, supported the Indian freedom struggle a lot.
Hmm.
He came to light when, after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, which was a disaster, people did not really know what had happened. So what he
Okay.
did was he smuggled the pictures, he printed it on his newspaper of Bombay Chronicles. For that he
Wow.
was arrested,
But
deported
the arrest
back
was
to
worth
England.
it.
Surely worth it.
Huh.
Now ma'am, we are at the place called as Flora Fountain.
Yeah, when I went to London, I said this is Flora Fountain.
Exactly. Now here I would like to ask you a question. Ma'am, where is Churchgate?
Churchgate is there.
Are you sure about that?
Of course, I've travelled by the Churchgate station so many
What
times.
if I told you that Churchgate was actually this?
This was Churchgate?
From the archway of the gate, you could see the spire of the St. Thomas Cathedral. And that's one of the reasons why they named it the Church Gate.
Look at the owner, that. Sorry for interrupting
Yeah.
you. With all those cricketers' teams. Isn't it fabulous? The tents at different places.
I love this green patch. So I
Yeah.
stay at this area and this is where I get the most of the
Your
green
inspiration from.
land. On your right, ma'am, is the Bombay High Court.
Okay.
It's one of the very few bodies that also retains the name Bombay, the word Bombay.
So maybe this is the only place that is retaining the word Bombay now.
This and Bombay Stock Exchange.
Right.
You can see the two structures right above, two
Yeah.
in front.
Yeah.
One of them is the Statue of Mercy that is holding an inverted scale. Another one is the statue of,
Weighing scale.
yes, the weighing scale. This place has seen a lot of important trials.
Sure. I've studied law, so I know about all the popular cases fought in our city.
Ma'am, to our left now is the MLA cottages. The whole stretch out here is the MLA cottages.
Okay. They looked very different, years ago when we were growing up. Now they look pretty glamorous. I wish I can really go and see how the interiors are because the gates are so attractive.
True.
And I like the uniformity. And see all these white and white MLAs walking outside. Brown,
Colour of
green,
nature.
white. I have been taught as a magazine editor who uses a lot of pictures and has to do a lot of framing that whenever you use the colors of nature, you never go wrong.
True.
The minute you start adding artificial colors, the frame goes wrong. And I'm sure my cinematographer will agree with this.
Now we are moving towards Marine Drive, our final destination.
When we are driving back from town, no matter how much traffic jam, Marine Drive is a place that offers you solace. It refreshes you. Whether it's in the day or in the night. In the night, it looks peaceful, and during the day, it's very inviting.
It would be hard to believe that this area did not exist back in around 100 years back. It's all a reclaimed land, and the land actually ended where Churchgate Station is right now.
You know, Marine Drive is a place for reflection, for introspection, for thought process. You sit here and you start looking back on your life.
Now the buildings you see around the Queen's Necklace, the architectural style is called the Art Deco. This was the most prevailing architectural style in the early 1900s, and that was a time when we were very anti-British. So what could be more anti-British that was born in France and made famous in USA?
Yeah, but at the moment I'm feeling very poetic because I think this place is such that the minute you sit here and look at the sea, you look at the sky, and you start reflecting on your life, you introspect, you start visiting your past.
Yeah. We've come to the end of our walk, ma'am, and
Finally.
there's a souvenir I would like to give you.
Sure.
It's a set of postcards dating back to old Bombay.
It's fabulous. Look at the city. How fantastic it was. And look what we have made it. So crowded, overdone, everything extra, too much people, too much vehicles. Thank you, Dheeraj. You have been a wonderful guide.
It was a pleasure
And
meeting
I
you.
wish you all the best and
Thank
all
you
my
so much.
blessings to you. You'll become a big man someday.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I'm exhausted and dying to go.
I hope you had a great time though.
Yes, absolutely. See you.
Bye.
Finally, the day is over. I'm drained, exhausted, but also spirited. I have learned something new today, and it is because I submitted myself to the universe. Whenever you submit to the universe, something magical happens to you. I rediscovered the city I was born, the city I grew up, the city I went to school, the city I learned my college and got new friends, the city I got into my new job, and the city that gave me success. This experience has also introduced me to a new team. I have new respect for my director, for my cameraman, for the supporting team, for the technical team, and I think I have evolved and I have gained. So it is now time for you to return my phone to me so that I can now rest in peace and go to sleep.